The angel of the Lord brought tidings to Mary, and she conceived by the Holy Ghost. O Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners now and at the hour of our death. Amen. Behold the handmaid of the Lord, be it done unto me according to thy word. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners now and at the hour of our death. Amen. And the Word was made flesh, and dwelt among us. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners now and at the hour of our death. Pray for us, O Holy Mother of God, that we may be made worthy of the promises of Christ. Let us pray. Go forth, we beseech thee, O Lord, thy grace into our hearts, and as we have known the incarnation of thy Son, Jesus Christ, by the message of an angel, so by his cross and passion may we come through the glory of his resurrection. Through the same Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen. Batis et Filii et Spiritus Sancti. Amen. Intro glorificare Dei, ed è glorificare in tutto l'anno. Glorificare Dei, se ricercate tanta gente non santa, ma non è nemico dello solo. Dovete mistero sconti di lunare, cuore del Cristo, cuore fissi sinceri, come figli del Cristo. E vedete lucente la verità, e il tuo missione del mistero, per il mistero di morte, un santo trono di tabernato la tua. E ti glorificare Dei, ed è glorificare in tutto l'anno. Non ti glorificare Deus, 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 Spiritus anima Deus, quale tu converso. Speri Deo coneva, e troppo deboli, salutare cultus mea, Deus Deus. Gloria Patri, Figlio e Spiritus Sancto, si pederate principio e nunc et sempre, et in saecula saeculorum. Amen. In tuo volontario Dei, ed in beatifica di tutto mea. Auditor nostrum Domine Domini, qui feci cielo e terra. Confisi per un potente, via che non resta di vita, via che non vada a Paris, via che non vada a Cristo, Santi Sposi, Specchio, Paolo, via che non vada a Dio, Omnibus Sancti, Omnibus Patris, Voeva capo di disperfazione, che voi vada, la taxena, e le prego la tamagna, anzi chiusa, gli altri parla tanti, gli altri non battista, Santi Sposi, Specchio, Paolo, gli altri non la mia via, non la Santi Sposi, se non vi conoscete il cuore nostro. Inseriato per i potenti Deus, rispettati, Amen. O Figlio dell'Onnipotente, guidate Maria e Servigi, guidate il cane a cane, guidate Ioann Battista, Sanctis Apostoli Spes del Padre, Omnibus Sanctis, et Tibi Pater, qui abitare di Specitazione, che è mea culpa, mea maxima culpa, ed eo prego beata Maria Servigi, guidate l'Italia Cangelo, guidate Ioann Battista, Sanctis Apostoli Spes del Padre, Omnibus Sanctus et Dei Pater, ora recomendo ogni Deus. Miseriato adesso in potenza Deus et rispettati verso Spirito per vostra vita eterna. Amen. Indulgenza la soluzione di trasmissione che ritorno solo in Figlio della potenza misericordia. Amen. In Deus tu adesso Spirito di capis nostri, et plenità di tua eterna. Passendo la storia di misericordia tua, e salutare tuo per nobis. Domini esaltazione mea, et clamo verso te Dei. In nome suo Obispo, et in Spirito tuo. Alleluia. Sine peccatis obsameneris Domini, Domini, Christus Dei, qui apud tempum ex Deus Israel, et profundis clamavi a te, Domine, Domine exaudi voce mea. Gloria Patri, Figlio e Spiritus Sancto, sic et erat in principio, nunc et semper, et in saecula saeculorum. Amen. Sine peccatis observaveris Domini, Domini, Christus Dei, qui apud te propitiatio ex Deus Israel. Kyrie eleison, Kyrie eleison, Kyrie eleison, Christ eleison, Christ eleison, Christ eleison, Kyrie eleison, Kyrie eleison, Kyrie eleison. Gloria in excelsis Dei, et in telepatio limbus dona voluntatis, adamus te, benedicimus te, adoramus te, glorificamus te. Gracias agimus tibi prote, mandum gloria tua. Domine Deus, Rex Celestis, Deus Pater Omnipotens, Domine Filii Unigenite, Iesu Christe, Domine Deus, agnus Dei, Filius Patris, qui tollis peccatum mundi, miserere nobis. Qui tollis peccatum mundi, suscite dedicationem nostram. Qui sens et extra Patris, miserere nobis. Quoniam tu solus Sanctus, tu solus Dominus, tu solus Altissimus, Iesu Christe, cum Sanctus Spiritu, gloria Dei Patris. Amen. Pax Homoris et cum Spiritu Tuo. Oriemus. Deus, refugium nostrum et virtus, ad esto quis ecclesiae Tui precibus, autor serietatis et presta, ut quod fidelite adversimus efficacitur consequare. Per Dominum nostrum Iesu Christum Filium Tuum, et tecum vita regna veritatis Spiritus Sancti Deus, per omnia saecula saeculorum. Amen. Oriemus. Da questus, exaudi questus Domini precis nostris, quasi beati Wilfridi professoris Tuiatque Pontifici solemnitati de Veribus, et vitimidi memeribit annulare Deus existentibus meritis, ab omnibus nos absolve peccatis. Deus qui beatum Deum et quaum professorem Tuum maternitatis gloria coronasti, carnos questus, et venerari interis sucum eo regnari possimus in celis. Per Dominum nostrum Iesu Christum Filium Tuum, et tecum vita regna veritatis Spiritus Sancti Deus, per omnia saecula saeculorum. Amen. Lex epistolae Beati Pauli Apostoli et Philippenses. Fratres, confidimus in Domino Iesu, cui cepit in vobis opus bonum perficet usque in Deum Christi Iesu. Sicut est mihi ad justum sentire pro omnibus nobis, eo quod habeam vos in corde et in vinculis meis, et in defensione et confirmatione Evangelii, socius gaudi et omnes vos est. Estis enim ici est Deus, quorum ocupia omnes vos in vicelibus Iesu Christi, et popolo ut caritas vester magis ad magis, unde in scientia et in omnis sensu, ut probetis potionum ut sitis in cieli, et sine offensa in Deum Christi, et lesi fructum justitiae per Iesu Christum, in gloriam et laudem Dei. Deo gratias. Ecce quaquorum et quandum pulpum habitare fratres in Tuum, sicut unquentum in capite quod scendit in barbam arbam. Alleluia, alleluia. Vitime Dominum sperenti neu, auditore protectore ormes. Alleluia. Dominus Obiscum, et cum Spiritu Tuo, sequentia Sancti Evangelii secundum Mattheum, gloria tibi Domine. Et illo tempore aviuntes Pharisei consilium inierunt et cubaerunt Iesum et Simone, et vidunt et disciplus sus cum Herodianis dicentes, Magister, scimus quia verax est, et viam te in veritate doceris et non est tibi cure de aliquo, non erunis vicis personam hominum, dic ergo nobis quitibi videcum dicit censum dani Caesari annon. Quam iter autem Iesus nequitiae ormei, quid metentatis hypocritae, ostedite mihi numissima census, et illi obtulerum de denarium, et eit illis Iesus, cuius est imago et superscriptio, dicum Caesaris, cum et illis. Verite ergo quaesum Caesaris, Caesari, et quaesum die Dea. Laus tibi Christi. This is the 22nd Sunday after Pentecost. The epistle is taken from the letter of Blessed Paul the Apostle to the Philippians. Brethren, I am confident that he who has inspired this generosity in you will bring it to perfection, ready for the day when Jesus Christ comes. It is only fitting that I should entertain such hopes for you. You are close to my heart, and I know that you all share my happiness in being a prisoner and being able to defend and assert the truth of the gospel. God knows how I long for you all with the tenderness of Jesus Christ himself. And this is my prayer for you. May your love grow richer and richer yet in the fullness of its knowledge and the depth of its perception, so that you may learn to prize what is of value. May nothing cloud your conscience or hinder your progress till the day when Christ comes. May you reap through Jesus Christ the full harvest of your justification to God's glory and praise. And the gospel is a continuation of that according to St. Matthew. At this time the Pharisees withdrew and plotted together to make Jesus betray himself in his talk. And they sent their own disciples to him with those who were of Herod's party, and said, Master, we know well that thou art sincere and teachest in all sincerity the way of God, that thou holdest no one in awe, making no distinction between man and man. Tell us then, is it right to pay tribute to Caesar or not? Jesus saw their malice. Hypocrites, he said, why do you thus put me to the test? Show me the coinage in which the tribute is paid. So they brought him a silver piece, and he asked them, Whose is this likeness? Whose name is inscribed upon it? Caesar's, they said. Whereupon he answered, Why then give back to Caesar what is Caesar's, and to God what is God's. Ave Maria, gratia plena Dominus tecum, benedicta tu mulieribus, benedictus fructus ventris tui, Iesus. Sancta Maria, Mater Dei, ora pro nobis peccatoribus, nunc in hora mortis nostre. Amen. In nomine Patris et Filii, Spiritus Sancti. Amen. Carissimi beloved in Christ, welcome to this broadcast Mass on this, indeed, the 22nd Sunday after Pentecost, occurring in the octaves of St. Wilfrid, Confessor, patron of this parish, and St. Edward, King of England. Pay unto Caesar what is Caesar's, and unto God what is God's. We've been reflecting these past few days, my brothers and sisters, indeed we've been reflecting the last 2 weeks, upon the nature of the manner in which we should live our lives, the attitude and approach that we should take, both with regard to our relationship with God and with each other and our daily existence. And we've reflected that so often we fail to truly live putting God first and foremost in our minds and in our hearts. We've reflected upon how easy it is for us to transgress his holy law, such that we are emboldened even to forget, i.e. not recognize what we have done in transgression, or indeed even to forgive ourselves what we consider to be minor trespasses. Yet the truth is, my brothers and sisters, the first commandment, as we said last Sunday, of the Decalogue, and indeed of the summary of the law given by our Lord Jesus Christ, is love the Lord your God. Meaning to put God first. See, our Lord, in talking to the Pharisees, was quite matter of fact. Whose head is on the coin? Caesar's. Pay then Caesar what is Caesar's. And to God what is God's. For we, my brothers and sisters, in our transgression, in our arrogance, in our apathy, in our careless attitude and deliberate or willful, sometimes ignorance of the first commandment, we forget that we are made in the image and likeness of him. We forget that we owe the existence of our being to him. the air we breathe, the water we drink, the food we eat, the clothes we wear, the shelter we enjoy. All of this comes from him. As so often we hear in the funeral sentences, we bring nothing into this world and we take nothing out. Because all of it comes from God. You see, we forget when sometimes we clamour after our rights. And my gosh, do we live in an age of entitlement? We forget that we didn't elect, we didn't choose to come into existence. We are here by God's grace, by God's favour, by God's purpose, by God's design. He gave us this life. We did not choose it. Meaning to say that our lives are not our own. Even though God has given us free will, yet he gave us that free will that we might freely choose him as he chose us. That we might voluntarily, of our own volition, when cognizant of the debt we owe him, offer ourselves back to him. This is, my brothers and sisters, a very fundamental principle in Christian theology and philosophy and understanding of what life is, of what life means, of what is the purpose for our existence. God created us that we might serve him, that we might live in love and in union with him, both in this life and in the next. And yet, because true love is always sacrificial, because true love always contains an aspect of suffering, God gave us free will so that our love for him, when we love him, would be true. Would not be because we are robots, but because we are free beings. But when we realize and recognize and acknowledge and accept that in truth our lives are not our own, and when we offer them freely back to him, so surely we begin to realize full satisfaction in this life. You ask, my brothers and sisters, the majority of religious about their vocation to poverty, trust and obedience, to their disavowal of worldly goods and cares and material possessions. And 9 out of 10, because there's always one exception, 9 out of 10 will tell you of a great sense of freedom that came made and took that decision to offer their entire being and life to God. Similarly, those of us who live in faith, who live by faith, similarly feel a sense of relief from the burden of care about material things and of worldly values and ideologies when we surrender ourselves and put our trust entirely in God. And I have yet to meet someone who lives by faith to say that God has not provided all that they needed. Generally, only what they needed, very rarely with excess, very rarely with a surplus, and true, not always in the timing one might prefer, but always what is needed is provided, and how it is provided can be in various different and surprising ways. As we reflect in Lent, God is faithful to those who are faithful to Him. So if we ought to pay unto Caesar what is Caesar's, unto God what is God's, and taking our Lord's analogy of the image upon the coin, pay unto Caesar what has Caesar's image upon it, and so should we pay unto God what is God's. What is God's but we who have been made in His image, we who have been made in His likeness, we who have been made of Him, and we who being made of Him, by Him, with Him, and in Him, through our baptism, through our citizenship of heaven, seek to be forever in Him. And when we place ourselves in Him, returning love for love, returning sacrifice for sacrifice, of our own volition, of our own free will, we can be sure, my brothers and sisters, that all that we need will always be provided. As we come towards the end of the Church's liturgical year, Holy Mother Church is reminding us of the basic principles that should be governing and guiding our daily lives. The lesson today is we are made in the image and likeness of Him. Therefore we are His. We belong to Him. We should offer Him our lives as a tribute to Him for that gift of love that He has given us. And in return, we will receive that eternal life to be with Him, who is God, Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. Amen. credo in unum Deum, Patrem omnipotentem, Factorum Caeli et Terrae visibilium omnium et invisibilium, et in unum Dominum Iesum Christum Filium Deum Unigenitum, et ex Patriam tantum ante omnia saecula, Deum de Deo lumenda lumine, Deum verum de Deo vero, genitum non factum consubstantialem Patri, pecum omnia factus sum. Qui propter nos homines et propter nostrum salute, descendit et celis, et incarnatus est Spiritus Sanctum ex Mariae Virgine, et homo factus est. Crucifixus est semper nobis Pontio Pilato passus et sepultus est, et resurrexit est secundus scripturas, et descendit in caelum sedit dextrem Patris, et iterum venturis est cum gloria vicari vivos et mortuos, cuius veni non erit fius. Et in Spiritum Sanctum Dominum et vivificantem, qui ex pasi procedi, qui cum Patria Filius emuladorator et glorificatur, qui de cultus est per prophetas, et unam sanctam catholicam et apostolicam ecclesiam, confitio unum baptismo remissionem peccatorum, et expecto resurrectionem mortuorum, et vitam victoria seculi. Amen. Dominus vobiscum, et qui spiritu tuo. Ornemus. Pecodari mei Domine, omnipotentra tui, Dominans, et esse harmonium rectum in eos mei, ut placer verbum et conspectum principis. Orate fratres, et sub sacrificium acceptabile, fiat apet Patri omnipotentem. Suscipia Dom, terram a saecula saeculorum. Amen. Dominus vobiscum, et cum spiritu tuo, susum corda, habemus ad Domini, gratias damus Domino Deo nostro, dignum et justum est, vere dignum et justum est tecum salutari nostri sempre tutti tuae gratias agere Domine Sancte Pater omnipotens et eterne Deus, qui cum unigenitum Filio tuo Spiritus Sanctus, unus est Deus, unus est Dominus, non in unum singularitate personas, sed in unum trinitate substantia, potenente tua gloria, venante te credimus, hoc de Filio tuo, hoc de Spiritu Sancto, sine deferentia et reflexione sentimus, ut in confessione vera et sanctionat quaetatis, et in personis concretas, et in essentia unitas, et in maestate per qualitas, quam navet angeli atque arcangeli, celum in voco et servim, que non cessum clamare quotidie, una voce dicente. Sanctus, 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 Dominus Deus Sabaoth, Deus Celi et terra gloria tua, Hosanna in excelsis. Benedictus qui venit in nomine Domini, Hosanna in excelsis. nobis proprio peccatori. Per omnia saecula saeculorum. Amen. Ore progetti salutaribus moniti et divina seduzione pomati habemus vita. Pater noster qui es in cieli, sanctificetur nomen tuum, veniat regnum tuum, fiat voluntas tua, sicut in cielo et in terra. Panem nostrum quotidianum da nobis hodie, et dimitte nobis debita nostra, sicut et nostri debitores debitoribus nostris, et ne nos inducas in tentationem, sed libera nos a male. Per omnia saecula saeculorum. Amen. Pax Domini sit semper vobiscum, et cum spiritu tuo. Agnus Dei, qui tollis peccatum mundi, miserere nobis. Agnus Dei, qui tollis peccatum mundi, miserere nobis. Agnus Dei, qui tollis peccatum mundi, dona nobis pace. Domine non singhium. Domine non singhium. Domine non singhium. Ecce agnus Dei, ecce qui tollit peccatum mundi. Domine non singhimus, ut in resurrectum eam, sed tantum divambo et senabitur anima mea. Domine non singhimus, ut in resurrectum eam, sed tantum divambo et senabitur anima mea. Domine non singhimus, ut in resurrectum eam, sed tantum divambo et senabitur anima mea. Brothers and sisters watching Mass online and unable therefore to receive the Blessed Sacrament, we invite you now to make an act of spiritual communion, the words for which you will find below your viewing screen. My Jesus, I believe that thou art present in the Blessed Sacrament. I love thee above all things and I desire thee in my soul. Since I cannot now receive thee sacramentally, come at least spiritually into my heart. As though thou wert already there, I embrace thee, and unite myself wholly to thee. made not that I should ever be separated from it. Amen. Ego clamavi, quoniam exaudisti me Deus, inclina aurum tuam et exaudi verbam me. Dominus vobiscum, et cum spiritu tuo. Orbe. Sumus Dominus sacrator mysterii, humiliter deprecantes, utque in tutum numeratione nos facere precipisti, in nostri officia divinitatis auxili. Qui vivis et regnus cum Deo Patri, Unitatis Justus Spiritus Sancti Dei, per omnia saecula saeculorum. Amen. Oremus. Deus fidelum numeneratur animam, resta, urbiatium Filii confessoris tui atque pontificis, cuius venerandum celebramus festivitatem recibus indulgentiam consequatum. Defecti cibo conturpe celesti, Deus nascet et supplices exodamus, ut in cuius haec commemorazione decetibus, us uniamur et precibus. Per Dominum nostrum Iesu Christum Filium tu, et in regna divinitatis Spiritus Sancti Deus, per omnia saecula saeculorum. Amen. Dominus vobiscum, et cum spiritu tuo, vitae missa est in Deo gratias. Nomen Domini benedictum, et sopra tuusque in saecula, auditorium nostrum in nomine Domini, XXII, in terra. Benedicat vos omnipotens Deus, Pater et Filius et Spiritus Sanctus. Amen. Dominus vobiscum, et in spiritu tuo, initium sancti Evangelii secundum Ioannem, gloria tibi Domine. In principio et verbum et apud Deum, Deus erat verbum, hoc erat in principio apud Deum, omnibus sub factus utissimus sub factus virgo factum est. In sub iterat vita eratus, omnibus iterat luce et rerum occupantem Deum. Quetum nessus ad numero ratio annis, veneti testimoni, vult testimoni vivere di lumen et omnis creatum Filium. Non enteri lux et testimoni vivere di lumen, et plus tae quae luminat omnium hominem venientem et mundo. Immundo ratio unus spiritus factus est in nos in ocum nobis, in propria veritate sue, et sue non receperum. Quod quodam receperum Deum Deus potestate Filius Dei, et Christi pleni nomine eis. Qui non est sanguinibus, nec voluntate carnis, nec voluntate vivis, et Deum natis. Et verbum cargo factum est, et habitavit in nobis et vidimus gloriam eis gloriam quod unigenito et Patris per gratia et veritatis. Et Deo gratia. God save Elizabeth our Queen, and graciously hear us when we call upon him. Let us pray. Almighty God, we pray for thy servant Elizabeth our Queen, upon whom thy mercy has laid the government of this kingdom. May she be given so great a measure of every virtue, thus worthily adorned, may she turn aside from all wickedness, may she overcome her enemies, and with the counsel from the royal family, may she come at last in grace to thee, the way, the truth, and the life. Amen. May Saint Wilfrid of York, an apostle to the South Saxons, pray for us. May St. Edward, King and Confessor of England, pray for us. May our heavenly patrons, Saints Catherine and Wilfrid, pray for us. May St. Rowena, Virgin Martyr of Sussex, pray for us. May Our Lady Queen of Heaven, all the angels and saints, pray for us.